What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JP's on the keys, and it's 2 Easy Baptist video today, and we just hit 19,000 of them. 19,000 of them things. 19,000 of them things. I appreciate you for 19,000 subs. I appreciate y'all so much. Like, dang, y'all been supporting me for 7-8 years. Oh my God. Oh, you gonna make me shed a tear. But one thing I've noticed as I watch primarily, British programming, like, it's a lot of different accents, even though the UK is kind of a small island in terms of like total surface area, but the diversity in that island is very amazing. So we shall watch all of the accents, not all of them, but a good amount of accents that come from the UK, okay? Thank you so much for the support. Leave a like. If you enjoy, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel.
The UK is incredibly diverse in terms of accents, and it just so happens that I can do many of these accents as my party trick. So come with me as I take you on a guided tour through all of the accents and archetypes of Great Britain. Hi, I'm Siobhan Thompson, and this is Anglophenia, and what I'm speaking right now is RP, received pronunciation, or your standard BBC English. It's spoken across the country, generally by middle, and upper class people. Think of Martin Freeman, Benedict Cumberbatch, or most of the presenters of BBC News. So, good evening, it's 9 o'clock and this is the news, I'm very important. Yep. Heightened RP is generally only spoken on film and television now. So you're gonna think of Nell Card or the Dowager Countess in Downton Abbey. Oh Gerald, I do love you, but you're so terribly, terribly poor. Now London is the...
I do recognize that because I think I watched that series, The Crown, and like I noticed how they talk. They kind of lengthen out their words, like like, you know what I mean? Like they kind of lengthen out their words and kind of like, I guess to sound more, what's they say? They say posh. I'm not like putting quotations, but like I don't know the termage. Like they sound posh, but.
The accent that most people outside of Britain can recognise, that classic lock, stock and two smoking barrels. Get out of my pub! Go on, get out of it! Shut it, you tart! East Anglia is a flat, boggy kind of place with a flat, boggy kind of accent. I love to give you an example of somebody that comes from there that speaks like this, but they all lose this accent as soon as they can. Stephen Fry's from Norfolk, but he doesn't speak like this because he's posh. Here's a kind of classic kind of East Anglia phrase. I done dropped my computer in the fan and it's broken. Now let's go across the island to the West Country, which is a much rounder sound. It's farmland full of sheep and cows and apples. Think of like Sam Ganji from The Lord of the Rings or Hagrid from the Harry Potter movies. Oh, you bloody kids, get off my land! Or, oh, Mr. Frodo, don't let him turn me into anything unnatural. And then when you go down to Cornwall, it gets a little bit more...
I mean, she's not bad at this. I ain't gonna lie, she's not bad.
Hoist the mizzen mast, Squire Trelawney. Now, Southern Welsh is this great sing-songy kind of an accent. Think of Tom Jones or Richard Burton. Rage against the dying of the light. Bloody hell, I love Dylan Thomas. Northern Welsh is where the singer Duffy is from. It's a breathier, thicker kind of an accent, and most people from there speak Welsh at home and English is a second language. So, diolch yn fawr. Now, across the country to the West Midlands and Birmingham, it's a very nasal kind of an accent, mostly on account of all the industry that went on in that area. Cat Daly, who presents So You Think You Can Dance, is from there, and so is Ozzy Osbourne, Sharon, where's the bloody remote? Yeah, that voice that he does isn't because of drugs, it's just where he's from. Scouse is your classic Liverpool accent. The Beatles are from there and so's Paul McGann. They were also made European Capital of Culture a couple of years ago by the EU, so don't tell me they're not cultured, alright? Up into Lancashire, and think of Christopher Eccleston or most of the cast of the Downstairs in Downton Abbey. Daisy, get those buns out the oven before they burn. Oh, Mr. Bits. So, across the Pennines to Yorkshire, it's a much kind of flatter accent from Lancashire and they cut off a lot of the words. So I'm going to Pub Up Hill. Think of Sean Bean from Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. One does not simply walk into Mordor. So in Northumberland...
it's like it's really wild how like they all sound similar if you're not like your ear isn't trained to hear this stuff, and then like once you start to break it down, and now I can see like it's like really regional, like it's just regional at this point because I can tell the differences now. I can tell like the minute differences. Like some people speak with like a nasally tone, some people like lengthen their words, some people cut the words off. Like this is interesting. This is really interesting.
Cumberland and Newcastle is speaking a Geordie accent, so think of the Geordie Shore or Carol Cole. Remember, she got fired from the X Factor because nobody could understand a word she was saying. Or Billy Elliot. All I want to do is dance bally, but me dad makes me box. Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. It's a very soft, maybe a little snooty kind of an accent. Think of Ewan McGregor or Dame Maggie Smith as Professor McGonagall. That's 10 points taken from Gryffindor, Mr. Potter. Glasgow is a much thicker kind of an accent. Billy Connolly and Peter Capaldi are both from there. They cut.
Now my favorite word is like shite. He's like, good, you shite. That's my favorite word in the Scottish accent. That's my favorite word. Is shite. It's shite.
Off a lot of the words, so I haven't any butter, so I've got to go to the shop, And
Still
so
game.
up to the very north, to the Highlands of Scotland. Think of Amy Pond from Doctor Who, or maybe Sir Robert Burns. The best laid plans of mice and men, gang after gley. Now let's go to Northern Ireland, and it's all about the vowels with the Northern Irish accent like, how now, brown cow. Liam Neeson is from there. I've got a very particular set of skills. I know he doesn't say it in that accent in the movie, but it sounds well cool, so, And finally, Southern Ireland is obviously not a part of the United Kingdom, but I can do a Dublin accent, so let's just do it. It's a pretty classic Irish accent with a lot of assonance to it, so Sinead O'Connor's from there. Nothing compares to you. That is all from me. Tell me if there's any British accents that I missed, because I love a challenge. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.
I mean, she definitely did pretty good. It's just like it's just really interesting. It's super interesting to like see that if you're going even a couple miles, 50, 60 miles away from in your certain town, somebody speaks in an entirely different way. Like it's regional. It's like it is in America. Like you can kind of tell, like when somebody's like kind of northern, you can tell like, especially like northeastern, you can tell like people have different accents, like a Boston accent, like a northeastern accent, like a New England accent, like a southern accent. Like you can tell like a Baltimore accent. Like it's just like it's kind of regional. Like it's just really interesting how people like their language changes based on like region where they're born, like who they're around. Like it's really interesting. But I definitely want to look at like more videos like this, kind of like look at the differences between like the USA and UK culture, because I feel like that would be really nice to look at. But thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all for giving me the 19,000 subscribers again. We 20,000, man. It's close, man. We less than 1,000 away from 20,000, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. I really appreciate everyone who comes and watches my content, like seriously. But thank you so much. Leave a like if you enjoyed that, subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Turn on my post notifications if you haven't already. Check out my gaming channel. I just dropped a new gaming video. Check that out. Also check out my true crime channel. I just dropped a video on that too as well. And check out my Patreon. I'm dropping free content on there all the time. But thank you. Please be safe. Stay on the grind. I'm out. Peace.